This video is going to demonstrate how to find a stem or cartridge using the FergusonRepairParts.com website, identify the type of cartridge, and then by using measurements and characteristics of the stem or cartridge, how to use the filters to narrow down the choice to a manageable number of stems and cartridges so you can visually find what you're looking for. So this demonstration is going to be how to find a ceramic disc cartridge, a two-handle ceramic disc cartridge. I've got this cartridge up on the screen because it sits in a very difficult area in which to find stems or cartridges. It's a ceramic cartridge that's in between 2 inches and 2 3/8. There's actually 252 cartridges in that length range. So it's the most confusing part of the whole faucet parts category. So let's start going through the characteristics we need to narrow it down and make an easy choice when you're looking for it. First of all, the length. So this cartridge, if we measured it with a caliper, is 2 3/16 in length. It actually measures 2.18 of an inch, which is just shy of 2 3/16. It uses a serrated broach, which is the most common broach in the two-handle stem and cartridge field. The number of points on the broach is 20. Now you can determine that two ways. You can use a broach gauge and take the cartridge and insert it into the different holes until you find one that fits perfectly. Or you can actually, and this happens a lot when somebody calls in the field and sends you a picture, they have to count it. So they would make a mark with a Sharpie on one of the points and then turn it slowly and count it with their fingernail till they count the number of broaches. So there's 20 points in this broach. Other important pieces of information for filtering is what's the cartridge made out of. Some cartridges are all plastic. Some cartridges have a brass stem and a plastic body. Some cartridges are chrome plated. So anyway, so you look at that and make a mental note of what that is. Lastly, the base. The base of the cartridge, and we've got measurements on virtually all of our ceramics to the base, and that really narrows things down also. So this base is 3/4 of an inch. If you measured from one point to the other, it would be 3/4 of an inch. So now we've got our information for this cartridge, and I'm going to flip to the catalog and show you how to find that stem, that cartridge. So it is a ceramic disc cartridge. We know that because it's got ceramics on the inside, and you can visually see them. There are 711 ceramics in this category. There's 78 rare. The process when you're looking for something is always start with the main category, and if you can't find what you're looking for, then you shift over to the rare. So we're going to open up the category, and we have 711 to choose from. So now first thing is the length was 2 3/16. And if you look at these categories here, I just want you to see there's from 2 inches to 2 3/8. If you counted here, you'd find that there's 252 cartridges in a very narrow area of length, okay? It's very crowded, very difficult to discern what you're looking for. Now we know that this is 2 3/16. It's in this category. So we've gone from 711 to 47 cartridges. And we'll close this category by clicking on the arrow. And we go to the next category. When we open it up, it's broach. It's a serrated broach. And we had 47 cartridges. Now we're down to 43. Now we go to the material. This cartridge is all brass. So there's 2 of them that are plastic with brass stems. The rest, the 41, are all brass, so we've narrowed it some more. Now broach points. We've counted 20 broach points, so now we're down to 20 cartridges. So now it's getting pretty manageable, but we can narrow it some more. So we're going to go to the cartridge base. We've measured a 3/4 inch cartridge base. We click on it, and now we're down to 12. So now you would take the picture of the cartridge that your customer sent you, or physically hold the cartridge up and look at them. The characteristics that you look for to see the difference are, does it have threads to hold it in a escutcheon? This cartridge here does not. This one does. Does it have a large hex nut on the top? How long is the stem? Does it have a built-in nipple for an escutcheon? And so you can see they all look a little different. This cartridge is chrome plated. Now, if you had the picture of your cartridge up and you went through, you would see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cartridges that are all brass and have a thread for an escutcheon on the top side. When you look at these closely, you'll see that this cartridge has more threads and the others have less. The cartridge in our picture was this one here. It has a lot of threads here. And so now we're able to open it up. And if you held up the picture that was sent to you to this cartridge and then the 3D image, you would see that it is a match. Here is your alt code. So you're going to have, you'll be able to enter this into Trilogy. Remember, Palmetto alt codes, when you see this ST, it has a P in the front. This information here tells you what you need to order. So if your customer has a fixture with lever handles, the cartridges open up towards you by pulling the lever. So you have two different cartridges, one that opens clockwise, one that opens counterclockwise. So you need a hot and a cold. If there's round handles, they always open up the same way. So if you turn the hot and the cold, they turn the same way. In that case, you would need 2 hot cartridges. So let's just say that this fixture had 2 hot or 2 cross handles. You need 2 hots. Now what goes with this? Well, here's your handles. So here's your cross handle. In some cases, there's a lot of different handles. In some cases, there's not many. In some cases, we don't have that cross-reference. We've got a lot of it done, though. If you needed a cold, it would be attached to it. So if it had lever handles, you would have the number for the cold here. And so that is the process of finding a stem or cartridge, in this case, ceramic disc cartridge, using the FergusonRepairParts.com website and the filters.